Hello there, brothers and sisters of the WoT Blitz universe. You're watching WoT Blitz Addict again. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about the Tankenstein, the tier 7 German heavy, which is basically a combination of KV4 turret and SU-100Y gun, 130mm, and the hull of Tiger P. Well, this tank, it's fun to play. It's not epic, it's not overpowered, it's not just kind of one of a kind. You have such a big gun, and you have two guns to choose from, and I really advise you to pick the biggest gun, because it's basically just all the fun of the gameplay. If you look at the stats, we have 1350 hit points, main armor is 150 on the turret, front 120 on sides, 80 on rear, so really good armor on the turret. The only weak spot is this small turret, same as the KV4 has. The turret is basically a bit weaker than KV4, but it's a tier 7 tank, so it's normal, okay? On the whole, as you can see, you have 200, exactly the same as the Tiger P, and 80 on sides, 80 on rear, 20% chance of getting fire, typical for German tanks. View range is 256.7 with optics. Concealment, it's quite good actually for such a large tank, to be honest. So that's also, but you won't use it. It's a second line pick-a-boom tank, front line pick-a-boom tank. If you have support, you can be in the front line and really bounce a lot of shots and do such good things. As you can see, this gun doesn't have great DPM, only 1505 with calibrated, of course, but I use calibrated because I use a lot of the special AP, but we're gonna talk about it in a second. Reload time is 18.34, so really long reload time. Average penetration on AP is 206, on special AP is 180, and a 72 on HE, but that's with calibrated shells, so you get bonus to the penetration. And I really advise you, if you're using this gun, to take this option instead of gun rammer. Average damage 460 on basic AP, 530 on special AP, and 600 on HE, which is really great. Aiming time is 5.1 seconds, dispersion is 0.413. Elevation and depression, elevation is 15, not bad but not really good, to be honest, and 6 degrees of gun depression, which is let's say a bit less than enough, but it's a tall tank, so you can use it sometimes on the ridges. Top speed 35, it's a really slow tank. 12 on reverse, average speed is 22, but I would say it's less than 22. Power to weight ratio 10.9, weight 69.43 tons. You can ram with this tank. Turret traverse speed is 31.18, not spectacular. Hull traverse speed 22.76. And terrain crossing, as you can see, it's quite bad, but it's a heavy tank, so you should expect that. Okay, let's go straight for the consumables. So we get multi-purpose restoration pack, repair kit, and adrenaline. For provisions, we have chocolates, improved fuel, and protective kit. Simply because this tank is set on fire quite a bit, so I use this instead of chocolate bar. Chocolate bar is also good if you want to just slightly get your stats better, but I really use protective kit, and it works really great. As it comes for ammunition loadout, as you can see, I'm using mostly the special AP. The special AP is really great because you have a lot of more damage which you can deal. Of course, I have 7 basic AP just in case if I can't pen. And I'm using 8 HE shells because you can see the penetration on HE, especially when you are top tier, is more than enough to penetrate most of the targets even frontally. So that's for the ammo loadout. Let's go for the equipment. I'm using calibrated shells, as I told you. I'm using enhanced gun laying drive. I'm using vertical stabilizer. You can use refined gun, but you won't snipe with this tank, so the aiming time it will be simply better for you. Improved modules, enhanced armor, because I'm ramming sometimes, so if you prefer the second line or just bit more stealthier, let's say, play, you can use defense system. It will help you with the crew injuries and so on. Also improved optics and improved control, just because the hull traverse speed is terrible, so I'm just trying to buff it as much as I can. Enhanced tracks or toolbox. I would use toolbox because when you get tracked, it's better to have it. And I would use high-end consumables because I'm using adrenaline, but it depends on your playstyle, to be honest. You can use also consumable delivery system. Okay, so here's the armor profile against Tiger 1, the gun with the highest penetration values on year 7, I guess. Maybe except for some TDs, but you will meet heavy, so yeah, mediums will struggle to pen you. As you can see, even Tiger will struggle to pen you. You have some weak spots on your turret, you have some weak spots on your upper casement, and you have weak lower plate, but if you angle a bit, you can see it's really strong armor profile. And if you move back and forward, just try to choose to flip your turret just a bit. It will sure help you. If you standing frontally, you won't be able to bounce as much, but if you angle it slightly like this and you shoot above your tracks and use your gun depression, it's the best you can really do. Okay, so let's check the gameplay. I want to show you 2 games. Basically because I don't want to make this video like 20 minutes long, so it's gonna be less than 15 minutes, I hope. Basically, like I told you, you have really great armor profile and you can use it really efficiently. We have advantage over heavy tanks, that's why I decided to push with the mediums. They have 2 light tanks and a medium tank. We also have 2 light tanks and a medium tank, so if we have some support on this side, we will be able to clear them really fast. But as you can see, it's not going really well, let's say. But you can see that this tank can really stand for his own, and it can shoot for a lot of damage and can bounce a lot of damage. So the only downside of this tank is the, let's say, 2 downsides. One is the mobility and the second is the reload time. Simply because you have to really hide for a most of the time and just use it as a pick-a-boom tank. When you can hide and just pick out when you're able to shoot. I made a mistake here just by pushing too far. But we're gonna simply clear the second tank, and there are, as you can see, the heavy flank is cleared by now, and we have only 3 enemies left. So we're gonna push around here and try to help our tank at the back. But this tank is so slow, as you can see, we weren't able to do this. But if you use it, I told you it's a quite high tank, and if you use it behind the ridges like I did, it's really hard to hit him. And this WZ made a bit of mistake by pushing in on my back, and I was able to block him. But now we have to clear at least one of them, otherwise we're gonna get smoked. So we cleared one, and now there's only Bulldog left. And like I told you, the light tanks, the medium tanks will struggle to pen your frontal armor. So we just he just doesn't want to meet us. So yeah, we were able to clear 3 tanks, get a second class, deal 1,780 damage, which wasn't really epic value, but like I told you in my earlier videos, I'm trying to show you just casual games in these tanks. Of course, I'm not showing you those games when you just do 0 damage or like shoot 1 shot and then die, because that won't be really it won't give you any worth of seeing such a game. And the second game that we're watching right now is with my clanmate Michałogi, and we're gonna just push the heavy flank because why not? And in this case we did quite a good job, both of us, and you're gonna see in a minute we're gonna spot some tanks, and it's rarely when you where you are able to spot a lot of tanks. And we set this poor LTTB on fire, and we're already sitting on 700 damage. You can side script also in this tank. I haven't told you that you can side script a bit and you can bounce shots like this, and the TDs are really having a bad time when you're facing the TD gun on the heavy tank, so they are struggle to pen me, but I can pen them and deal equal amount of damage to them, which is really great. I have no idea why this SU decided to push, but with this gun, as you can see, you can clear those tanks easily, and it's basically all. The game is all over in this situation right now. We have SU right there sitting and trying to get. We were a bit unlucky to low roll, so he's left on 9 HP. I don't remember if we were able to clear him or my amigo will clear him. Yeah, my amigo cleared him, and now it's only 2 tanks left. One and the second one are out of our range. So basically all we can do is push right now, and like I told you, you have enough armor to bounce shells. You could see in this game I really bounced like at least 2 TDs at the same time, and some medium, some light tanks. So it's a really nice armor profile. And basically that's all for this review. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to my channel, sharing, commenting, and catch you all on the next one. Bye bye for now.